Hey there, Happy Cup. Welcome to day 106 of our 365-day challenge, our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are talking about spiritual practices, habits, routines, and rituals today. And you get to decide your definition for each one, but this is how I kind of break it down in my life. A practice is something we do and it's not necessarily something we do all the time or regularly, but we do it. It's actions that we take in order to, of course, solve a problem or improve some area or aspect of our life. So with respect to our spiritual well-being, we might have a practice, something we do. Maybe we go to church periodically. Maybe we go to confession periodically. Maybe we read the Bible periodically, or whatever is appropriate for your belief system and your religion or spirituality. So it's a practice. It's something we do, but we don't necessarily do it regularly all the time, or it's just something. I think a practice is something that I know how to do. I do it, but I practice whenever I kind of feel like it or whenever I remember. A habit is something we do automatically, or something I do. Let's say something I do automatically, pretty much without even thinking. I've created it and made it a habit, either intentionally or accidentally. It's become a habit because I just do it over and over again without consciously being aware of it. I think of coughing or clearing my throat. When I get a cold, I tend to clear my throat more often and kind of cough. And I didn't really notice it was an unconscious habit until my 1-year-old granddaughter started mimicking me, and she'd go whenever she saw me, and I'm like, okay, I need to pay more attention to that habit and stop doing that. A routine to me is something I do. It takes a little more effort. It's something I am intentional. I'm doing it because I want to solve a problem or improve something in my life. It may or may not become a habit. It might be like my morning routine. I try different things in my morning routine to see what feels best and works best for me. And if it works best for me, I will turn it into a habit. So I don't even have to think about it anymore. I just automatically do it because I know it's moving me toward what I want in my life. A ritual, on the other hand, is something that I do. It's habitual, and it may or may not be habitual. It may or may not be spiritual, but it's something that I do with intention to get a direct result. And I do it and practice it until I get the exact process I want, and then I personally turn it into a habit. A lot of people don't, because I want to take and automate everything that works for me. And so I want to turn it into habits that I don't have to consciously think about. But as I'm creating the ritual, I have to consciously be aware. And it's for a result that I want and a bigger purpose than just like brushing our teeth. To me, a habit is brushing our teeth because we need good oral hygiene. But doing affirmations while I'm brushing my teeth, that is a ritual for me now, because it's something that I do with intention for a higher purpose to help me achieve my goals and objectives. But I link it to something that I'm already doing so that it's easier to remember, and I just automatically do it. But I have a specific ritualistic way of how I do. People call them affirmations. I call them afformations because I'm using them to form the person I want to be, if that makes sense. So what are we going to do today for our action item? I want you to think about your personal practices, habits, rituals, routines, whatever you call them. It doesn't matter. We don't have to have the distinction between the definitions. That's just what I personally do, but you have to decide what works for you. Maybe to you, a practice, a habit, a ritual, and a routine are all the same thing, and that's fine. You get to decide what everything means. For me, remember, that's the cool thing. Oh, let me share quickly before I tell you. Our action item today is just to share your favorite spiritual practice or ritual or routine or habit, whatever you call it. Just share one in the comments below. But before we do that, let's talk about 13 everyday rituals, or how do you change a routine into a ritual? We change a routine into a ritual in a couple ways. Number one, we want it to be positive affirmations. We want it to be moving us towards something that we want. Two, we want to be mindful about it. We want to consciously be present and decide and create our steps, our process, like I said, I do with my affirmations. Number three, we want to connect to a bigger purpose, right? If I connect it to my long-term goals, to me, that's my bigger purpose, right? I don't just do affirmations to feel good. Today, I do affirmations that support my long-term goals and objectives. And then finally, we want to add intention. We need to add intention to the routine or the practice or the thing that we're doing in order to transfer it into a ritual. Now, this is just one person's definition of ritual, but it is pretty much the process I use in my mind when I'm doing that, when I'm taking a routine and I'm saying, okay, I want to make this an automatic ritual, moving me toward what I want. And now how can I link that up to my habits or habits, because habits I do automatically. So I want to link things that move me in the direction I want to go to my habits. So what are 13 examples of everyday rituals? Some of these I do, some of them I don't. Number 1, wake up early. Number 2, meditate every morning. I actually meditate at night and have a hypnosis every night before I go to bed. Have a healthy breakfast, usually. Plan for your day. Plan out your day is a great everyday ritual to have. If we pre-frame and plan our day, it's much more likely to turn out the way we want it to than if we just face our day without any planning. Number 5, follow the 80-20 principle. If you don't know what that is, ask. Schedule your tasks on a calendar. 6. 7, set up time, allocate time for email, specific times to deal with your email. Most people just, as an email comes in, they answer it. So they are interrupted all day long. If that works for you, great. If it doesn't and you want to be more intentional in your email handling or your phone handling or your text messages, etc., schedule times that you look at them. I am on social media first thing in the morning, and then that's about it. I'm not really on social media the rest of the day. I do some things on social media first thing in the morning. That's the time I have allocated for it. And then once I am done, I'm off. I might pop in every once in a while if I'm riding in the car or something. I'm not driving. Notice I said I'm riding in the car. But otherwise, that's the only time I spend on it. Make time for things that you value. 8. Number 9, unplug periodically. Very important. 10, exercise. 11, read often. I do that. 12, engage in a hobby or things that bring you joy and light and happiness. And number 13, journal. So those are different rituals, everyday rituals that you can have. And what I say they're rituals because we do them intentionally to get a result that we want. And we do them with a bigger purpose in mind than just journaling, right? We don't just journal for the sake of writing. We journal to understand ourselves better, for personal development, to create something, to capture our ideas and thoughts, to capture our ideas and experiences, etc. There's always a bigger purpose to journaling or waking up early. We don't just wake up early for the sake of waking up early. We wake up early because we want to control our day. I've always been a morning person, and I used to wake up early because I wanted to be up before the rest of the family, so I had some quiet time to myself. That was and still is my intention of getting up early. Or I wake up early because I have projects I want to get done before everybody else is up and starting their day. I used to go to corporate America. I used to wake up and go in a couple hours earlier than everybody else because I got more done in that couple hours than most people got done in a week when everybody was there interrupting one another. So share one spiritual practice you have in the comments below. Have an awesome day, and I will be with you tomorrow for day 107 of our challenge. Have an awesome day. Bye. Questions, ask.